Hey guys, welcome. This is Mark Crypto Boy in Oz. It is Sunday, the 11th of July. You heard me right. If you've just watched my previous video, I've recorded it 5, 6 hours ago. I'm recording this today because the um the news has reported we're getting a severe storm, like a storm that we've not seen in decades. And it don't really faze me. I mean, problem is when this is storm, when they say storm in Western Australia, I don't know about the rest of Australia, but they just basically mean it's peeing it down and it's windy as hell. Like if you're in the UK, it's we're getting some really bad weather. Like you wouldn't say storm. Like to be honest, when you say storm, I think of Armageddon. Like people are dying and you're seeing mass floods. Like when you see in these Asian countries and they get tsunamis and you're getting you're getting ships that are getting blown into land and that to me is a storm. Now, if we do get that, I forgive you and I'll apologise. But more often than not, a storm is just really heavy rain and really bad wind, and that's been someone from the UK, which is myself. Um, but yeah, so I'm not kind of holding my breath. It's going to be too bad, but just on the off chance it is, and maybe electricity goes down or internet or whatever. I wanted to get this video out because I've just been I don't know I've been looking at a few tweets today and I've seen a couple of YouTube videos and they're like people want to know like what is the next $1 million coin or what can make them $1 million, and it kind of not annoys me, but it frustrates me a little bit because a lot of people they'll give these comments saying, oh, you get 100,000 Cardano make you a millionaire, or you get like 10 ETH make you a millionaire, but what kind of time scale are people talking in? And it's all relative to so different people have different expectations, different people have different time frames. I mean, you could be in it and you want to be a millionaire in 4 years, which is possible depending on what you invest in. Or other people, they might be investing in this for like long term wealth, like maybe a retirement or maybe a 10, 20 year plan. If that's the case, like investing, you don't need to invest as much because the growth of over the next 10, 20 years is going to be so extreme that you don't need as much initial investment as what you would if you want to be a millionaire in 2 years or 4 years. I just wanted to have a chat about that really because there's so many different projects you can invest in. There's so many like it depends as well if you just want to hold it or you want to do some trading. I mean, I'm going to base this on just buying it, holding it, and forgetting about it, and maybe revisiting it in 4 years or 8 years. So I've done a bit of just a little bit of a spreadsheet, just showing some examples of some coins of what they could possibly get to by the end of this bull market, by the next bull market, like the next halving after this, and then the halving after that, like 2028 thereabouts. But first off, I just wanted to come back to my channel. So this morning, I'd had like a 23% increase. Sorry, I've got acid. I've had pie for my tea or dinner, depending where you are. I mean, evening meal, but tea for an Englishman or a Northern man, or dinner for a posh English person or an Aussie. So, or anywhere else for that matter. I think tea meaning dinner is just basically Northern England. Um, yeah, so I had 21 subscribers as of this morning, which is like 23% percentage increase from 17 earlier in the week. And literally, I've just come in now and I've now got 23 subs. So two more people have subscribed, which I'm kind of over the moon about. So if that's you, thank you so, so much. Uh, Obviously, you must like the channel. If you please as well, if you subscribe, do press the smash that like button because that lets YouTube know that you're interested and it shows it in front of more and more and more people. My nephew does YouTube videos. He does like Minecraft, does some lives, does some pre-recordings, and he does them. I don't know how often he does them, but he's basically doubled his followers in 6 months. So he's gone from 750 to 1,500 followers. So, um, yeah, I just want to basically, I'm looking, I've got 23. I've been doing it for probably 6 weeks. But it's going to start off slowly because nobody knows who I am. And the more likes that are done, the more people that subscribe to the channel, and the more YouTube are going to show it in front of people, which is awesome. And I'm not doing it for any like gains, like for myself, for personal gains, money for monetizing it, because I know you've got to get hundreds of thousands of subscribers to make any money. So that's not my game at all. I'm just doing it to I actually just want to educate people that are basically on the same level as me. Like rather than listening to experts or people that have been in it for years and years that are millionaires because they've been in crypto for 4+ years, this channel is like aimed at the same people, but I just want to be on your level, and I want you be able to relate with me purely because I'm in the same boat. Like my investment is like 10k thereabout, so it's worth 10k now. I've invested more; it's just gone down over the last couple of months. Um, so yeah, that's the reason for the channel. I've got 23 subs now, so thank you so much. And let's have a quick look at BTC, see where it's at. So it's at, we're just on the weekly, but I don't want to be on that. I'll go on the 4 hour. So it's at 33.7. It's not really changed. I mean, if you go back to the 9th of July, which is 3 days ago, we're kind of just hovering around the same. So we're on this kind of 30, so 33, 2 to 34 kind of level. Whereas the week before we were down 32 to 33,000. So we're still going sideways. Have a look at the heat map. So I mean, this morning I think everything was red, but apart from a few green, now it's reversed. But in all honesty, it may as well have stayed the same because if it's up or down a percent or two, it doesn't really make any difference anyway. So this is the spreadsheet what I wanted to show you, and it's not obviously it's not accurate, as in it's my guesstimation, and it doesn't mean that this is what they'll be or this'll they might not come anywhere close to this. They might far exceed this. Some cases I've give like conservative. I think I've give conservative kind of estimates, and I've based it on a predetermined amount of each coin. So you can multiply it yourself to see where you come out at. But I just wanted to give a time frame on like what you can earn this year, what you can earn in 4 years, and then what you can earn in 8 years with the amount of coins that I've got here. So first off, if you happen to have 5,000 Cardano, see, I don't want to do 100,000 Cardano because that for most people isn't realistic. Like 5,000 Cardano for people in my position that you've got limited funds to invest. 5,000 Cardano's a lot. So I've gone off like, and some of these are probably too much for some people, but like 5,000 Cardano at the current price of today, and I said it's the 11th of July 2021. So I've got today's pricing at $1.34. Now I'm kind of figuring conservatively, I think it's going to go to $5. And if you cashed out then or you went into stable coins, that $5 would be $25,000. And then if you missed the boat and you just left it, rode the wave and just think, right, I'll leave it and forgetting about it. I'm not interested in cashing out. I want to leave it until like the 4 years after that. I think it'll probably come down to around $2. I don't think it'll come any lower than that. That'd give you a $10,000 valuation at that point. Now, bear in mind, might not get to $5, could be less, it could be more. And in the bear market, it could be less than $2 or it could be more than $2. I don't know. I'm just kind of playing around with what I think it could be. Jumping forward 4 years from now. So I seriously believe Cardano for the next halving of Bitcoin, the next cycle, $50 a coin. If it hit $50 a coin, you'd be sitting on $250,000. In the bear market, I think that could drop to $20, which in turn would be 100,000. And then 8 years from now, and you might be looking at this and thinking this is just completely ridiculous. There's no way on earth it could ever achieve these kind of figures. But I've got Cardano at $500 a coin, which should give you a valuation in 8 years. Which 8 years isn't a long time. I mean, for anybody, it's not. I mean, seriously, even at me, I'm 44. 8 years time, 8 years time from now, 52. It could be worth $2.5 million. Worst case, in the bear market, you don't sell, you let it drop back down. $1 million off 5,000 Cardano. Now I'm basing this on where are we now? I'm basing this on a $5 to $6 trillion market cap for this bull run at the end. I mean, it's currently 1.4. It got up to 2.4. I'm only setting a target of it doubling. I mean, it's all time high to $5 to $6 trillion. Be way more than that. We might be at the top. Richard Hart might be right. He reckons he called the top at 60K and he thinks we're in a bear market. So if that's correct, then these figures are obviously skewed. But if many believe that this is just partway through the bull market, so if it does go to $5 to $6 trillion, this bull market, these are the figures you're going to achieve. 4 years from now, I've got the market cap at 35 to 40 trillion. I think that's conservative because I think after this bull run and all the outside investment from your like your investment firms like Grayscale and all your companies, your institutions, your hedge funds, countries, governments. I think 4 years time, I don't think anyone can actually predict what it's going to be because I think it's going to be insane. So that's where my figures are based off for 35 to 40 trillion. And then in 8 years from now, bullseye, the second halving, I'm looking at a 350 to 400 trillion market cap. Now, I ain't a rocket science. I ain't a mathematician. I'm not a financial advisor. These numbers may or may not be achievable, but if they are, and these are the figures that you can get just by investing 5,000 Cardano, that could give you $1 million even in the bear market 8 years from now at $200 a coin. I don't think I'm being too optimistic. I mean, I'm kind of priced these conservatively. So let's jump to XRP. So I'm assuming you've got 10,000 XRP at current price 63 cents. I'm expecting I'm going to $10 by it at the end of this bull run. And in the bear market next year or whenever the bear market comes, dropping back down to $4. 4 years from now, I think XRP will be $100. And again, I think this is conservative. I really do. Really, really do. With the bear market at $40, 8 years from now, $1,000 XRP. I mean, some people have predicted $589 XRP this cycle, which I don't believe is any humanly possible at all. And you think $1,000 XRP, like you can't kind of imagine it. But then if you look back you go back in cryptocurrency 8 years, like what everything is now compared to then. And what you've got to remember is 8 years ago, it was all retail investment, purely retail investment. There was no institutions. There was no institutions in crypto 8 years ago. And the growth, what's happened in 8 years is phenomenal. Like, I mean, Bitcoin's gone up 1,000,000%, pretty much from a cent. I mean, this is like 12 years ago. Yeah, 12. Yeah, 2009, so 12 years ago, 1,000,000%. And I said the investment, what was in then, is nothing compared to what's in now. Going forward, it's going to get more and more. The countries are just going to be a domino effect. You're going to get more and more countries jumping in. Every hedge fund in the world is going to be jumping into it. Every bloody corporation are going to be investing in crypto. All stocks, and shares, all stocks and shares are going to be on crypto. They're all going to be like synthetics. So the market cap's got to be huge, absolutely huge. And that's why I've got in 8 years from now, $350 to $450 trillion market cap, and I've got XRP at $1,000. Now, respectively, these are going to give you, this year, if you had 10,000 XRP, that could be $100,000 this year by the end of it. 40K in a bear cycle, in the bear cycle, leading like after the bull cycle. 4 years from now, $1 million. Got this the right way around. I've got it the wrong way around up here. So there's a bull market, bear market. So $1 million and then $400,000 respectively, and then 8 years from now, $10 million, $4 million respectively. And again, you might think this is like living in cloud cuckoo land, but 8 years, nobody knows. No, seriously, nobody knows. So even the conservative at $400 a coin for an XRP in 8 years, you can't say it's not achievable. There's people out there that think it's going to be $589 by this year. They're probably changing the tune now because obviously we've had this price dip. But even if it went to $400 and you got 10,000 XRP, which is in today's money not that much, and it could be worth 4 million in 8 years. We jump down to ETH. So I've done two. I've kind of based it on similar amount of money. So like this is like you got 6,000 investing at the minute. XRP investing is about 6,000, maybe a bit more. ETH is a bit less. I've got this at two Ethereum. It's 2,126 at the minute. So that's just over $4,000 investment. So I've got this by the end of the bull run, 10K, 4K in the bear market. Then I've got it 75K in 4 years from now, 40K in the bear market, and then $500,000 in 8 years, 200K in the bear market. So right now, that'll give you 20K, 8K if you left it, 150K in 4 years, 80K if you left it, $1 million in 8 years, 400K if you left it. So you're getting it. You're getting it. Bitcoin, it's 33,778. End of this year, 150K. This is like a bullish price on it. Bear market dropped down to 65K. 4 years, 750K. Bear market dropped down to 250. Then in 8 years, I've got it down at 4 million per Bitcoin. Is that crazy? Is it? Drop your comments. Tell me what you think. But seriously, there's 2 more halvings to come. So, like, the difficulty in mining, the prices are reflected on all coins, but just with Bitcoin, the difficulty in mining is increasing exponentially week on week. The halving comes, so the rewards for the blocks halves every 4 years. So is 4 million for one Bitcoin in 8 years play cuckoo land, or is it highly likely? Bear market, I've got at 1.5 million. So that means if you've got two, you've got a Bitcoin, 150K this year, 65K in the bear market. 4 years from now, 750K. So I've just gone through it. It's just the same because it's one coin. But even the worst case scenario, in 8 years from now, 1.5 million for a Bitcoin. You'll have to timestamp this video and come back to it. So it's when the bull market's over this year, I'm going to come back to it and see where we're at. Then in the bear market, then in 4 years' time, then in 8 years' time, and just revisit these figures and see how close or how far away they are. So second from bottom, I've got Polkadot. You've got 200 Polkadot. Currently, they're $15 each. So this is like an investment of $3,000 thereabouts. I think by the end of this year, the end of this bull run, whenever that is, $100 bear market dropped down to 45. 4 years from now, 750. Bear market dropped to 280. 8 years from now, got them down at $4,000. $4,000 for a Polkadot. In the bear market, I've got them down at 1,500. So this year, at its peak, that $3,000 investment can give you $30,000 return. In the bear market, it'll give you 9K. 4 years from now, 150K. In the bear market, 56K. 8 years from now, $800,000. Leave it and go into the bear market, you got $300,000. And finally, we've got Chainlink. You got 100 Chainlink, which is only $1,800 investment. Right now, it's $18 per coin. So I think by the end of this bull run, $150, $70 in the bear, $1,000 in 4 years, $350 in the bear, $5,000 in 8 years, $1,800 in the bear. So that'll give you 15K. So from investing $1,800 now, that'll possibly. All right. Yeah, sorry, I've got it at $150. I didn't know what I was looking at then. So yeah, $1,500 now. So if you had 100, that'd give you $15,000 at its peak. If it drops down to $70, then you'll get 70K. So in 4 years' time, I've got it down at 100K with a bear target of 35K. When I say bear and bull, I'm talking about the peak of the bull market, and then when it goes into the bear market, all the prices drop. I'm predicting probably 50 to 60% drops. I don't know if it will go as much as 85 to 90 anymore, just because of all the metrics and all the investments that are coming into crypto. I think the volatility will actually change going forward rather than getting worse. I think it'll get better. And then I've got 8 years' time, $500,000 at its peak, and 180K in the bear market. Now, I didn't want to go mad, and I didn't want to do every coin. But I think Cardano, XRP, ETH, Bitcoin, Polkadot, Chainlink. I mean, there's more that I could have done. I mean, I could have done the top 100 really, but I've done this manually, so I didn't want to waste too much time. But you get the idea. So when somebody says, "What coins do I need to make $1 million?" It depends, because it depends on what coins you've got. It depends on the value that they're going to increase by. It depends on the time frame, how long you want to wait. Do you want to wait just till this bull run, till the next one, till 8 years from now, or are you planning on leaving this for like 20 plus years? I mean, I've not done any time frames further than 8 years out, purely because crypto's still relatively new, and projects do come and go. So you don't know what's going to be around. You don't know what's going to be around this year, next year, 8 years, 10 years, 20 years. You don't know. You don't know, is the technology going to change? You've got governance that will be coming in, legislation that will be coming in. So some projects might not even survive. So the ones that I've picked here are ones that I think are going to be used by institutions and used by governments and countries. They're going to be adopted by the masses worldwide, and I don't think they're going to go anywhere ever. And there are other coins besides these, but I think XRP in the banking system, I think that's just something that's pretty much guaranteed to happen, and I don't think that's ever going to go away. And with ETH, Bitcoin, Polkadot, Chainlink, and Cardano, I just think these are the probably safest bets to be thinking long term in. So that's why I've only done 8 years. I didn't want to surpass 8 years, because it's you don't know what's going to be here in 8 years or longer than 8 years. So that's the reason for it. I hope this has helped. So looking at the chart, like, the only one that I've got here that'll give you $1 million in 4 years is XRP, possibly. And that's XRP getting to $100 in 4 years from now. But what I would suggest, I don't know if anyone's watched my previous video. If you haven't, if you do get to the point where you've got like $1 million, for most people, is life-changing wealth. If you do get to these kind of figures, what you've got to start looking into, even now, and to resist temptation of swapping your coins or selling your coins, look at staking. Because staking gives you a return. It gives you a passive income. It gives you, depending on what coin it is, some of them are like 8%. I think Cardano's about 5%. XRP 7%. I think I'm getting Polkadot. I think with that I'm getting. I think Polkadot I'm actually getting like 11%. Kusama I'm getting 16%. So stake your coins and trying to kind of comprehend, like if you are keeping it long term, like if you're staking your coins, if you've got coins that are worth $1 million and you're getting 10% staking it, that means you're keeping the exact same amount of coins that you've got. And if you sell 10% of them, then that means you'd have $100,000 per year income just off that one investment. You could get more. Than obviously, the longer that you stake for, the longer that you invest for, the more they're going to be worth. Like if you just run through this quickly, like in 4 years from now, Cardano's at 250k. Keep it another 4 years, and it could be 2.5 million. XRP at $1 million. Another 4 years, it could be 10 million. 150k for Ethereum. $1 million in 8 years. 750k for Bitcoin. 4 million in 8 years. 150k for Polkadot. 800k in 8 years. 100k for Chainlink. 500,000 in 8 years. And you could have more or less of these coins, but again, you could apply them to whatever you've got. And I say, I'm not saying this is accurate. I'm just putting it out there. A lot of people don't like doing price predictions, but a lot of the price predictions out there, they're based on nothing. Like there's nothing behind them. They don't talk about market caps. They don't talk about the cycles. So I just wanted to break this down for you guys, just to make it clear, so you can actually understand. You can actually understand each one. In fact, I'm just gonna match the colours. I should have done this before, but by matching the colours, I think that's not. And if anyone actually wants this, just drop me a comment. Drop me a comment, and I'll actually well, I'll put a link. I'll actually put a link of it in the comments. I'll share it I'll share the document so people can basically pull their own tokens into it and the quantities to give you the figures. But yeah, that's it for today. Again, thanks so much for watching. I really, really appreciate sincerely, all the subscribers that are following, and it does mean a lot, because I've literally gone from none to 23, and you might think 23 is like an embarrassingly low amount, but everybody's got to start somewhere. Like I'm not one of these to go on Fiverr and pay for like 1,000 subscribers just to make it look like it's doing something. I want genuine people that are interested in crypto, that are new to crypto, they've invested in small amounts. I want those people, because you guys I'm basically with the same. As I say on previous shows, there's a crypto boy in everyone. There's a crypto boy in you. So yeah, thanks for watching. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and more importantly, invest well. Invest in good projects. Until next time.